Machaira, love and blessings to you.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Live at Machaira's house, and we're on the road with Leon Patillo. Welcome to Live at Machaira's house, where we get together and bring in a special artist, and we learn one of their songs, and they learn one of ours. We're really excited about today's guest. He's well known in Christian music circles and has several CDs and albums out, as well as had his own TV show, but he's mostly well known for his work with Santana. We're so excited today to have Mr. Leon Patillo.
All right. You gonna follow me in, huh? Okay, you gonna follow me in. All right. Hey, hey. Oh, man. Renee. Good. I saw you on Facebook thing, man. You were praying. We started praying for all those people that you put on there, and you noticed, like, oh man, it just went off like fire. Yeah, that's good, man.
We want to go have a little.
I have a little car I brought up. Something. It was an old-fashioned car. Actually, my mom had it back in the day, so I've been fixing it up. It's a Lexus, a '98. And so I just decided it hadn't been up north since '05. There you go. So I've been fixing it up. So I thought I'd bring it up and let this be a part of the party.
First of all, find that car, man.
Yeah.
Hey, well, let me introduce you, everybody. Everybody's hanging around here. So we've been getting ready for this.
Been doing all right today.
Working hard to sleep last night.
So glad you're here.
So here's the team here. We'll start with the girls. Cheryl.
Yeah. How you doing, Cheryl? Oh,
Newest member of the band.
All right, yeah, I remember seeing her down in L.A.
Yeah.
Oh, good to see you. God bless you. She's got all the harmonies and everything.
She's the gal right there. And this is
Hey, all right.
Charlie's a double dose of the Holy Ghost.
Yeah, I remember her from last 2 years ago.
She's Stevie Randall over here, guitar player.
Okay, what's up, Doc? How are you, my brother? See you, man.
And our secret weapon here, Keisha.
Yeah, man. All right. I'm stocking
drums and everything else.
And even the pretty lady out.
Nice
to meet you. Yeah.
You know Peter.
Oh, yeah. Of course I know Peter.
And we got a horn section.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
So we got Ken.
Yeah, what's up, Ken? Good to see you, man. Glad you made it. Hey.
And Pat. Oh,
good to see you, Patty.
and the cool part about it is, this is man and wife. You get 2 for 1.
Oh, that's good, man. Yeah.
You guys are great. To see you too.
That's
good. To see you.
And we're excited. So what do we do? Just get to go?
Wait, man, we're going to do this dance show to dance. That's what we're going to do. We're going to kick off on that one. And then we're going to slide into some Amazing Grace after that.
Yeah.
You got it, huh? Can't forget where it come from, right?
Right.
Okay. What a blessing it's been to perform a song with Leon, and we were just so humbled by that experience. Now we're going to change our format a little bit, and Leon's going to give us an online interview about his journey and start from the beginning of his life, which is quite a remarkable story.
Okay, well, I'm so glad to be here today. This is just awesome, man. I'm so glad to be with you guys. Machaira, love and blessings to you. And I just want to say I'm so thankful. Yuba City is probably one of those special places. You know, every once in a while you have a place that you go and you go, wow, that's a special place. Yuba is like that. Maybe because I come out of the Bay and born and raised in San Francisco and have always loved the Bay Area. Even now, I know it's having some issues and problems and stuff, but, you know, I still love that city. Tony Bennett said it best, you know, I left my heart in San Francisco. And that's really true for me. Actually, Daddy was a taxi driver. Mama was a homemaker, and came up just, you know, middle class kind of family, really mixed neighborhood like that, really beautiful, and had a lot of little things happen to kind of get me on the music road. But I think the first and biggest one was my grammar school teacher. She had this, what I would call like a little cardboard that had piano keys painted on it. And what she would do is that she would take that cardboard and put it down in front of a different child every day just to see what he did. And so it's really funny. She put it down in front of me, and she went and jumped on the piano. Next thing I know, man, I'm all the licks she's doing in the left hand. Okay, right hand. Okay, it was split the hands. Okay, stand up and shake a little bit. All of that I was doing. It was just amazing to see how she was able to spot something in me at 5 years old. Can you imagine? So she left the class, called my mom, and said, "You got to start with music." And so that was the beginning of my journey. And the only thing I didn't like about it was all my friends were outside playing football. So this piano I had was pushed up right against the front bay window we had in those days. And I could see the football going by while I'm going da 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 da, and the football's going by. I'm going, oh man, I want to be out there with those guys. Why am I sitting here banging away at these black and white keys? So next thing I know, after months go by, the kids knock on the door. "Hey, Leon, you want to come out and play?" I said, "No, I got to practice my music." And they said, "Oh, well, can we hear some of your practice?" I said, "Yeah." So they come in and I'd play them something, and they would just look at me with amazement. Wow, wow, how you do that? So anyway, then I knew it was on, because if this thing was now touching other people, then it made sense to me. It seemed to make sense. So anyway, my daddy was Methodist, my mama was Baptist, and so we would jump between two churches every Sunday, every other Sunday. And so next thing I know, man, my daddy said, "Man, we got a little small church over here. We don't have nobody do music. Why don't you come over here and work with the choir?" And so there was no choir, really. There was only like me and maybe two other kids in the church. And so we just started a little thing. And the next thing we know, the whole neighborhood was like Sister Act. You know how she got up and started doing the music, and here come all these people. So the same thing happened to me. All these kids just flooded the church. And so I just put them up in the choir loft, and we just started doing our little thing. And I was learning how to play organ. I was learning how to put harmonies together and all that. And so it was a fabulous time. The only thing is, the pastor, I think he wanted more of a traditional sound, and he had a traditional choir, but he even wanted us to do traditional music. I was like, "Eh." I said, this is why we're having some youth action now, is because the music is being done a little bit more contemporarily. So anyway, I saw the lights of Hollywood in those days, and that's really what I think opened up my whole career to Hollywood and all of that. And so next thing I know, I'm out, doing clubs and things like that. And that was kind of fun too. I learned all the songs of that day, and we would play in the clubs.
Things begin to take an interesting turn for Leon that he never expected.
So the big thing, people always ask me, "Well, Leon, how, one, did you get in Santana? How did he even find out about you?" Well, it's funny, the Bay Area, it's like any town. I mean, even though San Francisco is a little bigger than a little small town, it's still small in a sense of when music people get involved, you start hearing about this person. "Oh, I heard about, Johnny Mathis. He did. Oh, I heard about Santana. You did. So, oh, I heard about Starship. Oh, I heard, So all these people, you could hear the names floating around. And so evidently my name must have floated around at the time. Carlos was looking for a lead vocalist. And so I was living in where was I then? We were in LA at the time. So I had a little band in Los Angeles, and he had heard some music of mine. And so next thing I know, my manager calls me in the office. He said, "Hey, Santana called today." I said, "Yeah, right." He said, "Yeah, he called. He wants you to come sing on an album." I said, "Get out of here, man. What you talking about?" He said, "No." And he said, and he told me the guy's name and everything that I was supposed to contact. And so I did. And it was no joke. Carlos wanted me to come up and sing on an album. So I came up and I did one little part on a song. And he said, "You're going to be the next lead vocalist for the group." And I did the same thing with him. I said, "Are you kidding me?" He said, "No." He said, "You're going to be the next lead vocalist." I said, "Oh my God." So anyway, I hadn't been any further than maybe Tahoe, which was north of us, and then down to LA. That's it. I had never been anywhere. And Carlos was talking about going to Europe and all over the United States and Japan and all these places. And I got so excited.
See how far I can go.
Do them double time then from E.
Okay.
And I'm just so glad that we're going to do this, guys, the Dance Children Dance song. I'm excited. I'm excited, Machaira, to do this. I don't think I've ever done this with a band before. And so it's really, I've done all, solo stuff all of my career. And so anyway, this is going to be fun. And the Amazing Grace song. Can't wait to do Amazing Grace song. That's going to be nice too. So anyway, I'm happy about all of this. And I'm, again, Machaira, I'm so thankful. Dennis, I'm so thankful for you, brother, you and Peter, what you guys have put together to try to, turn people's heart toward Christ. I mean, I hear you guys go out in this truck and you just let down the truck bed and you set up on there, you all kind of crunched together, but you felt like, hey, I want to do this so people can hear the claims of Christ. And I think that is just a great thing. And I give you high five. Okay. Give you a high five for that.
Let's sing this here. Dance, children, dance, children, dance unto me. What you say, ladies? Dance, children, dance, children, I have set you free. Let's put a little dance to it. Hey.
Leon was surprised to become part of the famous group Santana, but the Lord had even more surprises for him.
During the time I'm in the group, having a great time, we're traveling and everything, but I have a girlfriend that's in San Francisco, and her brother was a Christian. So every time I'd come to the house to see her, here he comes, trying to get me religious. And, I'm thinking, man, I got too many dreams of how I've seen different musicians act. I don't want to get tied down with religion right now. And but he just stayed on me, man. Every time I'd come to the house, this brother was talking to me about Jesus and, God and how I could get my life together and the Bible and everything in church. So after about, I don't know, maybe 6-7 months went by, and I decided, okay, I'll go to one of these meetings, and then maybe that'll appease him. He'll just get off my back. Man, we got to this meeting. They lit me up in this meeting. Man. I'm not talking about it in a bad way. They didn't even say anything of, what I would call like a negative statement, like kind of thing. They were just talking about all the good things God was and all the things I could become. And I was like, wow, God wants to have something to do with me? I don't know if he knows what door he's knocking on right now. So anyway, we got back to his brother's driveway after the meeting, and we were sitting there talking, and he said, well, you could make a decision right now to make a change in your life. And I said, wow. I said, right now, right here? He said, yeah. I said, well, what should I do? And he said, well, we could pray and ask Jesus to come into your life. So that's exactly what I did. I really didn't have no hesitancy about that, because I already knew from childhood it was a good thing. I just didn't know how I was going to mix that in with Santana. So I don't know how that's going to work. But anyway, we ended up, praying there in the car, and a change really did happen, because I went in the house. He had a little ring-a-dink piano in the house. And right away, here comes this song. We must believe. We must believe in him. Praise his name. And that just popped out of my mouth like that. And the next thing I know, I'm writing more songs. And I've got almost a whole album of just, what I would call contemporary gospel music. And so that really got my heart, fired up to want to do more of that. And I wanted to know if there was any kind of place that could allow me to play that style music.
I see your hunger inside. Talk to me, I'm by your side. Help when you're feeling down. Rejoice in your happy times. Do almost anything just for your peace of mind. Come to me, come to me, I beg you to come.
And so evidently there's a couple in Sacramento. It's really funny how close that is to Yuba, where my beginnings were. They were called the Neelys. And they had a church there, and they had a thing they would do on the weekend, and it was called Warehouse Ministries that they came up with. And so they would have various artists come, and they'd have young people come and check out the artists. And so they found out what had happened to me in my life and my change, and they said, well, why don't we have Leon come and do something? And so I didn't even have, I had maybe 3 or 4 of those songs I was showing you I was writing. And I said, that's all I have. I don't have like an hour and a half. I don't have a set. And they said, no, it's okay. Just come and do those songs, and that'll be great, and give your testimony like that. And I said, okay. And so I ended up coming, and it was just the most fabulous thing. I have never seen so many young people thirsty, hungry for that style of music and what it would do for their life. And I think that was then a page turner for me. It really let me know that there is a whole nother region of hearts out there with question marks. And I just figured, man, maybe at some point in my life I can help answer some of those question marks. And so through my writing, again, a couple of the songs I was able to put on the Santana album. I have one song called You Are My River, and Keep On Flowing Through. And I was really talking about the Lord being my river. And Carlos allowed it because it didn't say really, I didn't say Jesus is my river. I didn't say God is my river. I just said you are my river. Of course, I know I'm talking to the Lord, but it sounded like you could be talking to a lady. So I think that's maybe why Carlos let it in. But anyway, it became one of our key songs for prayer and for meditation and for anything that people wanted to do that was on a peaceful part of their life reach, you know. So anyway, that started the fire burning in my heart. And the next thing I know, I'm getting more and more of a pull toward leaving the Santana band and really doing this full time.
When the Lord changes your life changes. And it was the same for Leon, and a choice had to be made.
I've been born again. If you seek me, you will find me. I've been born again. Free your spirit, soul, and body. I've been born again.
And so it happened just as I thought it would. The tension between me and Bill Graham, who, you know, he's the one that did Woodstock and he was our manager. And I eventually had to go tell him that I was getting ready to leave this group and go into ministry. And man, that's a whole nother story. It'll take another hour to tell you that one. But suffice to say that there was an offer on the table, 1, 2, 3, 4 offers on the table. And I just couldn't take them. I felt like it was time for me to follow the instinct that was happening in my heart, this itch that was happening in my heart. And the next thing I know, I'm out in the front line of something that I didn't even know where I was gonna get money from. All I know is that I'm following God. I'm gonna do what He asked me to do, and here we go. And so I ended up quitting the group. And of course, there was a few months there where they had, some servants pay, but it wasn't anything heavy, but it kept me afloat for a minute. I'd say probably maybe 6 months. And during that time, that's where, I met the Neelys, and that's where I did those songs I had written. And then they had a friend, Chuck Smith, Pastor Chuck Smith out of Calvary Chapel, that was just starting a label called Maranatha Music. And so they called Pastor Chuck and said, man, you ought to listen to Leon. He's got a couple of songs that could be great. So I went down and, in a sense, auditioned, for him and for his nephew, Chuck Fromm. And Chuck just loved the music. He said, man, yeah, well, we're going to sign you to Maranatha Music. I said, really? And so that's what they actually did. And so my first album, Dance Children Dance, was born.
There's Selfie Charlie.
He's back on now. And then we'll go to Amazing Grace.
So come on up.
Uh-oh.
They're going to walk up.
Oh, they're gonna walk up.
Hey, you can walk up after when you hear me singing, then you can walk up.
That's the difference. We go. We go. I like it. Pretty awesome. Riff in between the verses. Just want to go on.
Yeah, just go on.
It's cool.
Yeah, man. I'm blind, but now I
Dun, 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 dun.
Going back. Blind, but now I
Leon Patillo.
Leon left Santana to seek what the Lord would have him do. And so began his ministry years.
Our first guest was a lead singer in a real well-known group, rock and roll group, and he's now doing his first album for Mirroring Off the Music. Let's welcome Leon Patillo.
I'll close out and say that we have moved to Nevada, and we've been here for a season now. And we started some years ago something called the Sing Foundation, sowing into next generation, because the kids here in this city, we're in Vegas, right in the middle of the heart of this thing, and so they just really need a hug. And so we've been going into the secular dance studios, and we're getting kids together to do contests and that sort of thing. And that's really been fun. And that season lasted for a while. We had a car dealership here in town that helped out, two of them actually. It was a Toyota dealership, Finlay Toyota and Finlay Subaru. And they both jumped in to kind of help us with the kids. And so that's really been fun. We still do a sprinkle of it here and there, but not as heavy as it was when we first got here. And now we've got this new album called Sing Along with Leon. And it was really Renee's idea to put this album together. I don't have it. You'll probably put the cover up as I'm talking. But anyway, it's a great album. A lot of songs that I do in concert that people have heard, and they have gone back to the album table and say, "Hey, where's that song you sang?" "Oh, I'm sorry, I don't have it on CD." "You don't have it on CD?" I said, "No." So Renee said, "Why don't you just take those songs that everybody likes, put them on CD, and then we'll make an album." And so that's what we did. It's got The Prayer, with Andre Bocelli and Celine Dion. And we did I Can Only Imagine. That was on there. Oh Happy Day from back in the day. It's just kind of a little freshened up version, but it's basically the same thing. Mary, Did You Know? So these are songs that you heard, but I have a lot of my own too. Star of the Morning is on there. I did kind of a redo of that one. And so anyway, it's a great album, and I think people are going to really enjoy it. And the people that are on the front of the cover are folks that, because it was done during the time we were having a COVID outbreak, the first one. And so we actually did it during that time, and of course, we weren't making any money. So I just asked everybody to donate. And I said, those that will donate X amount of dollars will put your face on the front. And so we got a bunch of people on the front of the album and a lot of names on the inside. They didn't want their picture, but just decided they wanted to love on us that way. And so that was how this particular album was born. And I think this is going to be one of those ones that will go throughout the country, throughout the world, and talk about the things that Jesus has done and get people's hearts sparked toward him. And I believe it's going to be a great, great album. And I can't wait to maybe play a few of these songs with Machaira again. Wouldn't that be nice? Yeah, that would be awesome. So anyway, love you guys. So glad to do this interview and so glad to be a part of your work and what you're doing. And God loves you. And I really do love you guys, and so happy to be co-laboring down the road of life for you and for the Lord.
place. How sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. Oh, yeah. I was lost, but now I'm found. I was blind, but now I see. Come on, ladies, let's tell them all about it. Here we go. Praise God, praise God, praise God, praise God. What we're here to do. Praise God, praise God, praise God, praise God. Tell everybody we're going. Praise God, always be here all of our lives. Praise God, thank you, Lord. Praise God, praise God. If you didn't catch it, I want you to catch it now. Highest place on the planet. Doing this, all we have to do is just open up our mouths. Sing it up. You ready? Here we go. Praise God. Yeah.
Praise God.
Praise God.
Praise God.
Praise God.
Praise God.
Praise God. Yeah.
Praise God.
Praise God. Everybody here say,
Praise God.
praise God.
Praise God.
Praise God.
Praise God.
Praise God. Praise God. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Praise God.
Okay, you know what we're going to do? We're going to tell you right now about His grace. Here we go.
Amazing grace,
How sweet.
how sweet the sound
Let's see.
that saved
Let's see.
a wretch
A wretch like me. I once was lost. Oh, so lost, so lost. And now I was blind. But now I see. Were we blind? That's what I said. But now glasses off. Glasses off. I was blind. But now. Come on, horns. Come on, horns. I was blind. I was blind. But now. Come on, horns. What'd you say, horns? One more time. Come on now. I was blind, but now I see.
Now here's the deal, we go eat pie. It's Machaira time. Yeah.
Oh man, that's good. You got to put the name of this place on the camera. What's the name of the place?
You know Auburn, going up out of Auburn.
Akitas is what
Yeah,
it's
it's
called?
next to Sizzler and all that going up.
Oh, okay.
It's just like a roadside rest, kind of a
Yeah.
gimmicky place.
Okay.
They got all the fruit and everything. Would you say berry, Samantha?
Apple, please.
Apple, please.
Love you, Jesus.
Oh, that's good.
I worship
Want ice
and
cream?
adore you. Yes, please. Just want. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Berry, please.
Very pleased.
Good, man.
Yeah, this is $5 pie.
It's Machaira.
I like that.
No trouble.
Yeah.
You ought to hear Charlie's son sing the national anthem, man. This guy knocks it out smart. This guy right here?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna sing it tomorrow. He's good, man.
Man.
A little test, I can see this.
Let's hear a little test because we're filming.
Okay, we're filming.
We're filming.
Wow, that's good.
You get pie.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets recollect the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that a flag was still there.
Come on.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free? Sing, Jenny.
Come on.
And the home of the brave, the brave.
You got room for another. Machaira. Everybody, we're live.
Hold on. George, trademark.